It's so low effort on their part because they knew it was going to get made for Fallout 4 by a modder, and they just, I mean,
And the thing is, that I don't have Automatron.
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if you could do that in the other mod that you've done.
Well, the thing is expired that I'm gonna have to go buy the fucking DLCs just to see, but I'm almost 100% sure they use the same method they do for constructing bases. And weapons. I'm pretty sure they used CPA nodes on the robots to attach the arms, weapons, etc., and then remap the nodes. So they used something that was already in the game that a modder could have done, because all you have to do is have the pieces attached to the animation of the bones. So if you attach them to the CPA nodes, they're then controlled by the main torso, but the animation is controlled by the rest of the skeleton, which means a modder could have fucking done it. But I mean, the models are new.
Well, that's really interesting.
That wouldn't have been there for modders, though. I don't know which ones, though. There was like 4 or 5 they added just for the workshop. So without those, you would...
Well, that's what I'm saying. The models being new and the skeletons being new are one thing.
This is an interesting point. The fact that a modder could create these DLCs themselves. I mean, technically, like, I don't know. I'm questioning whether or not that's a valid argument. Against this stuff.
At the rate of the Fallout 4 mod community is going, there'll be no modders left to do it. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's also like, it's like, here are the two options. The option one is Bethesda like locks things down and then modders can't do things so that they can do it with their DLC. Option 2 is they open things up, but then modders could do the things that they end up doing with their DLCs. So, I mean, both options kind of suck.
Well, from Bethesda's perspective, I think it makes perfect sense. I mean, the whole settlement builder thing was almost a direct lift off of what folks did in Skyrim. I mean, it amazed me that Bethesda had a presentation showing like, oh, look at this cool thing you can do in Fallout 4. I was like, yeah, like
real-time settler.
Yeah, MXR and a few people like debuted that like 4 months ago on back in Skyrim. Like, why is this a thing?
You could do it 5 years ago.
Why is this?
Yeah, a real-time settler was in Fallout 3.
Yeah, and you can do it 5 years ago in Vegas.
I think you guys are missing where the biggest problem. I mean, at least my personal biggest problem with the fucking things is the pricing scheme. If I personally had made Wasteland Workshop from the ground up and done all the models and shit myself, I don't think I'd have sold it for more than $250. Like, and that's with losing a 50% cut to Bethesda. It's not worth the money they charged for it. The money they're charging for the DLCs so far is ass rape. And it's their company, they can charge what they want, and it's clearly selling, but I'm just in shock that it is.
You're a capitalist, Darren. If they can get away with it, they can.
Yeah, that's just
I do the same thing in their position, but then again, I'm an egotistical, sociopathic asshole who doesn't give a fuck about you. What's their excuse?
If they're just getting closer, if they're just doing microeconomic pricing, then that's it. They'll find their point of elasticity and say, "Cool, okay. If we increase or if we decrease the price by 1%, do we get more than 1% more buyers? If so, cool. If not, we're gonna leave it there." I mean, that's like, really really basic stuff.
Well, except for that's not basic stuff though, because they've kind of got a lock on the market for it. Because and we don't help this one because Automatron especially is a modder's toolbox. And it's something that I've seen tons and tons of mods that, we want to use it. I want to use it, and I'm not going to, because we want to use it because it lets us do cool shit, and in essence, then we sell their shitty DLC. So they've kind of got a double street for it as well. Mm-hmm. Whereas we act as their reps by making cool shit with their crap that isn't that good. Yeah. But we modify. You see what I mean?
I want to use Far Harbor assets in what I'm working on, because I'm practically working on a world space that is in a similar sort of environment to Maine, and all these assets would have been fucking brilliant. And then I was talking to a friend, he's like, "Yeah, but then people are going to have to buy Far Harbor." I was like, "I really don't want to make people do that. I can probably make something that people don't question. The environments, the trees. You can easily get away with it, just putting the vines everywhere, and it'll look fine."
And by the way, Jet, the game itself is worth the cost. I'm not going to argue that one because you said in the Reddit thing, $1 per gameplay hour. That's actually really good. Most games you get $5 per gameplay hour generally in a single player campaign. Fallout is by far and above an amazing game as far as the game time you can get into it for the price you put into it. It just for me feels like they're literally just crap. I mean, Far Harbor, everybody's like, well, wait for Far Harbor. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. The first two have been kind of shitty. I'm going to wait to see what people say about Far Harbor before I get it. because it could just be more of the same boring quest that you already got in Fallout, and just feel like you're just playing more of Fallout and go help another settlement.
Boring. Oh my god.
Well, I guess this is a great point though about Fallout versus Skyrim. I mean, if we just have to talk about Bethesda games, is I never found anything in the story for Fallout compelling. It's just kind of this decayed end of the world thing. It really just had this kind of Mad Max feel of like everyone's out for themselves to various degrees, and I don't find that compelling at all for making a character and going out and doing something in the limited world there, because they give you such a limited impact and outcome. And
that's the thing about Fallout 4. There's actually no consequences to any choices you actually make.
Exactly.
Even choosing the factions at the end, like, has no effect on the Commonwealth. If you were a settler,
Fallout 4 murdered role playing. They just killed it.
Yeah.
Well, they fell into the open world trap though, and that's the problem that like.
I think the open world's great.
No, but if there's a trap to it. In trying to accommodate everybody, they basically neglect story in all of its aspects. Because somebody brought up The Witcher 3. It was 5 hours for $1. The Witcher 3 had a very straight narrative story in an open world setting, but there was consequence and there was actually things you could do. The problem with Fallout is you make one of two characters, they're voiced, but you have like tons more options when you come to things, but none of those options having a consequence.
That's the difference between Skyrim and Fallout 4. They're the exact same game design, obviously a little different because Fallout 4 has more radiant quests because they thought that was a great idea. But for Skyrim, you can actually create a different character every game. That's what made
even if you go back to Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3, I remember playing Fallout 3. I played it through twice, and the first time I was, the super good guy, and then the second time it was like I jacked up charisma and luck.
Well, that's the fact because you don't have a determined character in Fallout 3 and Fallout 3.
Right, exactly.
In Fallout 4, as much as you change the face, you're still Nate and Nora. You're still these two people. And there's nothing you can do to change that as much as they insist. You can be anyone, you can go anywhere. Yeah, you can go anywhere and do the same thing you did that other place, and you'll be these two people, and there's no other choice.
I say with that as well, I'll say I'm going to bring it up for he bought an Xbox, and he's made a new character, Barry, obviously, big fat geezer, and he's trying to play him in, just being a dickhead really, and it's not working. Yeah, he keeps every 5 or 7 minutes, he's literally going, "I'm just seeing Frank," which is, if anybody doesn't know, that's his first character. That's the one he's playing through on YouTube, and he just keeps saying it, like he's seeing Frank. He can't split them apart. They are just the same person.
It's because even the sarcastic answers, like the voiced protagonist, it doesn't even sound believable. So it's like most of the dialogue options are, you've seen it memed around.
Do you know why they're in there? The sarcastic options, because they actually spent money in voice acting around, and they actually to try and make the voice actors feel comfortable. They joked around a lot and made a lot of lines. So literally, they thought, "We're having such a good time with the voice actors. We'll throw their jokes into the game so we can break the immersion a little bit more," and that's why they're in.
But the problem is that they're same I don't know who's their voice acting director, but it falls like most of Fallout fell in the same vein as Skyrim with me, where it felt like all the voice actors were on downers. Like, it felt like they wanted to kill themselves after recording, and I'm like,
the usual rhythm for Bethesda's voice actor is either retired actors on lower rates or theater companies in the local DC area, and that's pretty much it. And it's only now they've actually put a little bit more money in for the Fallout voice acting because they got criticized from voice acting for Skyrim.
See, I don't understand it, because when I get voice actors, I literally have had to fight with some voice actors, and I'm like, just have fun with it. Like, go crazy with the character, make it your own. And Bethesda's just like...
To be fair, they did that this time.
Thalmor. Yeah.
To be fair, I tried to play Fallout 3 yesterday. That was really something. Yeah. But, no, I think the voice acting has improved a lot this round, but it's just everything else, I think...
I just want to be able to be an evil son of a bitch, because I remember like blowing up Megaton, but only after I did quests.
Hold on, Tara. Hold on. You say this. This is the issue that I take with people who say they want to be evil sons of bitches, right? In planned in my Vault 273 quest mod is an area where you can make some evil choices. It'll be like a city, and you can take over a child prostitution slavery ring.
Yeah.
So okay, you want to? I was gonna say because when I'm giving
Give
people
me the evil.
when I'm giving people the evil option, I'm literally going from 0 to 100. Like I'm like, you
Yeah.
want to be evil, you stupid shit?
Yeah,
Here you
no.
go.
Fallout 3, I blew up Megaton. I took over the slave colony. I enslaved everyone, and then I murdered them anyway, just because it wasn't good enough.
At least you go the full bore evil. Like most
I
people are Disney evil.
It's a game. You know what I mean? Like, have fun with it.
To be fair, in Skyrim, it's already a child prostitution slavery ring, so
That is true.
they wouldn't be too out of sorts, I think.
You just need what? Sex lab and then hot files.
Oh god. Now we're crossing lines.
Hammering that one home.
Oh man.
Well, I guess isn't that a big failure though? Because it's so easy to do that to characters. I know like a lot of people just like you save the game, you're like fuck that guy. You'll hit him in the head with the sledgehammer, right? Like just fuck that guy. Seriously, just you're done. That's it. I mean, I remember the tiny moment I felt any kind of emotion when playing Skyrim was the very beginning. When Tullius basically orders your execution over like a paperwork error, like who the fuck is this guy? Anyway, I don't want to have to like go and like look up a file and find out just fucking kill him, right? And I was like, the burning desire in me was like, I don't care who the fuck you are, I don't care where the fuck you come from, I don't care how many guys I have to kill, I will end you by the end of this game. You are fucking your head on a pike in front of me over my dinner. That's it, right?
Yeah.
But aside from that, I really had no giant connection to anyone else in Skyrim, like no emotional hook to make me give a shit about a lot of the quests going on. It was kind of more intrigue and interest in the exploration and the immersion kind of thing, but there really wasn't a single other character I could think of that I really gave a shit about. And I just think it's interesting to see that that lack of writing, because whether they were voiced or not, they found me. No.
That's worse than the keyboards.
Right. But
I live in a primarily black neighborhood. Somebody's probably trying to steal a car.
Oh god.
no, but what the hell was I saying?
You were talking about immersion and not feeling connected to characters.
Right. So, thank you so much. Now, it was just, it's amazing to me, and I know some people are going to moan, some people are going to smile about this, but like when you compare it to like Undertale, which is a bunch of text on a screen, right? There's no voice acting. It's a bunch of pixel art. That was incredibly compelling storytelling, and I feel like that's like 2 or 3 orders of magnitude more gripping than anything I saw in all of Skyrim. I didn't give a shit. Right?
And something you're bringing up.
You're basically just asking a blind person to find your keys. So
honestly, it kind of felt like, oh, you're a cool person because no reason. Like, you want to help me do crap with my life? Like, okay, no.
Yeah.
No, because you're asking them to write better. They've not been able to do that for 10 years.
And part of the problem you have too with this, once again, I say you fall into the open world scope, whereas when you're giving multiple, and if you notice, they fell into it, but they didn't abide by it, because even as all of us know, if you chose all 4 different options, they would lead to the same goddamn thing. But they're trying to lower their workload by not by giving they're giving
open
more
world
options.
Darren, the open world makes no difference.
It just open choice. I mean, like a non-linear driven storyline is what I'm trying with that. And it's something that I'm fighting with when I'm writing. Which what you're saying is, I want to make compelling characters. I want to make characters you remember, and I want to make characters you like. And in that regard, I'm giving a variety of different character types so that different people will feel inclined, to be more attached to one or the other, and you can choose different ones later on in the quest line. But it's a lot of fucking work. I almost want to do the Bethesda thing and just make people I don't give a shit about and generic, and then do the fucking storyline. But in doing that, you lose people in the story, even if the story's great, because your characters are shit. Or you make your characters great and the story's shit, and you lose them. So you gotta find the sweet spot, which is it's hard for them to do, clearly, or they just don't give a shit.
I think that it's like a general problem with games in general. If any of you guys have watched or seen Extra Credits, it's a really cool YouTube channel. They talk about this kind of stuff a lot. It's just like, it's kind of the current dilemma right now is game companies, they have a lot of different things that they're valuing and trying to determine what they should focus on in the game. And what they're seeing is the stuff that sells tends not to be the stuff with a really rich story. And like, it's the rehashing. It's take the same idea, put a new coat of paint on it, and just sell it to people and they'll buy it. I mean, that's essentially like all of the top gaming franchises right now are basically
Blizzard.
that.
Yeah.
That's been Blizzard's MO for 6 years.
Yeah, it's way more than gaming though, because I have a cousin that works in in a high tech industry and in communications. I'm in enterprise architecture and stuff like that. The same phenomenon happens in any large company. Is once they have enough money in the bank, they get afraid of losing it all because they've made this empire, and so they get very risk averse, and so they just want to copy.
That's not the same for Bethesda. Fallout 4 is entirely Todd Howard's fault. I watched
that dude.
I watched interviews leading up to the thing, and frankly, when people asked him about Fallout New Vegas, they were like, "Oh, yeah, it's a cool game," but he kept saying his favorite games were GTA 5, Minecraft, and other MMOs. He really couldn't care less about RPGs. He didn't want anything.
They don't give up.
It was a glorified Minecraft, honestly. You went out, you fucking killed a bunch of things, you decrafted them, and you built your base. And you go back out, kill things, come back, build your base. Like that's what they focused on in terms of replayability.
All right, well, guys, I'm gonna have to get out of here in a little bit, but I do want to make an announcement before I go. Was hoping to have Mace regret it before I did.
Oh, is it coming out in 2017 now?
Yeah. We are delaying Awake. We are officially delaying it. We're gonna put out an announcement soon. And
I said, Paul, don't worry too much about it. I mean, think about it this way: Luftaren's gone as well. Like shit.
We're still working on it. It's just taking way longer than any of us thought.
Yeah,
but it's good. Like it's getting
at least
better.
You haven't quit. Like
it's better to release something when it's finished and to take the time you need than it is to release it when it's half baked and sucks.
Oh yeah, no,
it
would definitely have a release date now. And we were hoping by now to already be in beta, and we're not anywhere close to beta.
Picker, we're in the same boat, man. I know how you feel. We were still supposed to start a beta 7 days ago, and we were like, yeah, no.
Not happening. I mean, I say Beyond Skyrim's in the same boat, actually.
Now, Eleanor is trolling us in there. Ellie, more than 3 people are working on it, for God's sake. You realize that, right? That there's probably like 13 people actively working on it.
Apollo, just pick up the entire Luftaren team.
At this point, it's not about the team. The reason for the delay is that I am the delay. I've had a lot of crap happen in real life, and honestly, at this point, I'm the one that needs to be build. The 90% of the rest of the work is all stuff that I have to do, and I have a new job. 8-hour weeks.
Rip. I'm going to say, I mean, I've been a bit of a lazy ass when it came to it as well. I took very long lunch breaks.
You made good stuff, Naf. It's good. It's cool. Now everyone here is everyone made a whole lot of really great stuff for us on this thing, and we're hoping to get it out as soon as possible. It's always been my number one thing was getting it out on time, and the fact that we've been delayed so often is kind of killing my soul.
So
incoming in 5 months, voice change.
Incoming in 5 months, you're gonna put up a Reddit post saying how you quit the project, and then 3 months later, the rest of the project quits itself.
No, we put too much work into it.
No, I'm still making fun of Wheeze and his fucking.
Wait, what?
Because I can't do it on Reddit anymore. Tara's gonna temp ban me again.
I mean, I really do like Wheeze, and I still don't understand it. I do not understand why they just open like they. You've been working on this thing for years, and you don't even attempt to push something out. You just go gone.
Pull the plug, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said this a few times, and I get some weird looks in Beyond Skyrim. I said, look, if you fuckers don't release the content that I've been building for the past 2 years, I'm just going to release it without your consent. Because I say personally, I've built at least 60-70% of the Gold Coast in Cyrodiil. And for that to never see light would just be a complete waste of my life.
Yeah.
I really came back in at the wrong time of that. I hope you did you just say you were going to release our stuff?
No, Beyond Skyrim.
Yes, if you don't release Awake, he will release it. That's pretty much what he said. If you don't release Awake,
No, I know not to get on your Nintendo's bad side. Somehow find me and somehow do weird things.
We're really, really, really weird things. You have no idea now. You have no idea. I don't even have any idea at this point, and I'm scared of that.
Yeah, part of the thing I think people took issue with them was that they like bitched about how they took, and I mean I can concede with this one, and I'm sure Apollo can too. They started a juggernaut that was bigger than they realized, and it kept expanding on them. And I mean, like, I had the same issue with Discworld, and I released the alpha, and it was basically like, fuck this shit. But the problem is that in their post, they're like, we're going to move on to bigger and better things. We're like, did you not learn your lesson? I learned mine.
Wrong direction.
Vault 273 is going to be in episodes, not a giant motherfucking 2.5 year, thing to do.
I can elect about large projects too. Before I did modding with Skyrim and stuff, I had a huge project which I worked on for 7 years. 7 fucking years, guys, for a video about glitches in Halo. I mean, no one even fucking cared, honestly. I guess I got featured on Kotaku, but honestly, it was like, basically at some point I was just like, I'm just fucking doing this for myself, just so that I can fucking finish it. And I learned a lot from it. One of the things was, don't do a fucking huge project like that. I'm never doing another huge project like this again, or at least not for another. I'm gonna need at least a month's vacation.
If you do it,
only a month.
You know what I've learned? If you do it, break it up. Like, don't do one giant project. Break it up into episodes, because like do a telltale. Like, do a episode 1, episode 2, and then the cool thing with that is you can learn from actually learn from the feedback. You can learn how people responded to shit in the first episode, and then modify it as you go into episode 2 and your writing and everything, and that'll actually help.
Definitely. We learned that in Project Brazil. Some of the feedback for Project Brazil was savage, and I mean, a lot of it came under the world, because Brandon, he doesn't know how to level design. He's admitted this to me endlessly. Like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing when it came to the GEC, and when you look at a lot of the landscapes, still, he doesn't want me to redo it because he's worried that if I start redoing these other large, nice, big chunks of the wasteland that are technically, playable and technically finished, I'm never gonna end, because there's always gonna be something in this. It's a huge world, but he's literally made me go back through it, and redesign all the key areas for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, the same thing happens in enterprise projects that have like $1 to $5 million budgets. There's always scope creep. There's always someone who wants to go back and kind of edit this little part and like, oh, if we just optimize this or what. It's really common everywhere, and I've both seen and been called to put out the fire caused by stuff like that for for big companies. So I mean, the good thing is it's not just modders who dabble in this stuff. Even people who are professionals who get paid stupid amounts of money to manage this stuff still all make the same mistakes and make them over and over and over again. So it's like it really is common. But yeah, like if you learn like an agile software methodology, or if like once you get experience, like once you get experience, once you can prioritize, it really does help the methodology of creation and testing and publishing, and it really is. It's a learning experience that you could then take out into the bigger world if you are involved with software, or vice versa. If you have a lot of experience doing that, you can bring it in here. And I mean, I get tempted all the time to expand my stuff. I'm fighting against myself all the time to tweak stuff around, but there's always that urge, especially if you have complete control. You're like, I'll just not get sleep tonight. There's always that. I'll be fine. I'll just have coffee. But
this is exactly what I'm doing over the last month.
Yeah.
CK came out. I'm not sleeping properly, nearly hitting somebody when I'm doing my driving lessons, all this sort of stuff. I'm just like, nah, it's fine. It's fine.
Seriously, you have to be careful. It can actually have long-term health effects. My cousin has had, just from work, my cousin has had 3 people literally drop dead at their desk. Not like they had a heart attack and they went to the hospital. And no, like they were dead by the time the EMTs got there, because they were doing these 18, 20-hour work days. Because that's big business. They get paid.
Seriously,
for that.
I just have stacks of Mountain Dew by the end of the 14-hour workday, and I don't realize that I haven't eaten anything. And Well, I mean, for people who don't, I have to put out a video at some point because people are gonna be like, "Where the fuck you been?" But I've been at my wife's work. They had a guy leave the had to leave the warehouse for medical reasons. So I've been subbing in to help him. Well, I found that sitting behind a desk for 2 years has not really helped my muscle tone. So I've been working for I've been trying to put in 8-hour days, and sometimes I'll get to 4 or 6 depending on what I'm doing, or sometimes 8, and then I'll just go home and pass out for 14 hours, and it's And then I just get pissed at myself because I'm like, wow, holy shit, I'm fucking out of shape. And but yeah, get out and exercise, guys. Especially if you're sitting behind the desk. Be an Ellie, go out and deadlift everything. She's the only one of us who I think is smart. She goes out and works out every day.
No, that's
all
a
of
good
us,
idea.
I just sit here and stack Mountain Dews up and try to make pyramids out of them.
I wanted to really second something that that Either Dynamics said about Agile. If you guys haven't heard about Agile and the stuff like that, the methods for managing software and projects, you should definitely look into that if you're on a big project like Beyond Skyrim or something. I mean, at this point, it probably doesn't apply to a lot of you, but at least for going forward, things like that, really good ways of managing projects and can help you stay on track and not let things get out of scope.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very relevant. Like I say, I keep putting them off. They keep going, we want to show off the beta now. We've got to a point where, we're comfortable with somebody in the team showing it off, somebody we can explain how to fix the bugs that are left without people getting confused by it. And I just keep putting it off. I keep putting it off saying, yeah, I can do it next week. And then next week comes I don't really want to do it.
Yeah. Agile can help a lot with that because you break things into sprints and tasks, and that's what we're doing on Mod Picker. We use a whole bunch of stuff. We use Slack, we use Trello, we use Google Drive. We use all these different softwares to leverage ourselves to keep ourselves focused and completing things in a reasonable time.
Yeah,
so.
we would have been so lost without those. It would have been miserable. We would have all been working on the same things over and over. It would have been bad.
So to answer somebody who's asking if you're doing things in episodes, it's pretty much what Shirogi said or whatever. It's we have the arc and we're doing one episode at a time because as we've noticed, things are changing, and that's one of the issues with dealing with level design as well, and that's something that I'm actually terrible about. And a really easy pimp, since there's 100 people watching, every Saturday at this time when we're not doing the Get to Know Your Mod Author live stream, I'm going to try to do creation kit tutorials. And I'm actually going to try to get level designers. I'm actually working during the week, so I can donate lots of money to you if you make levels for me for my mod, because I'm shit at it. I really am. It drives me nuts. But knowing where you're weak is helpful. I'm fucking weak at level design and clutter, but level design kind of helps dictate what when you write a story as well, because in designing some of the levels that we're doing, I'm changing kind of the story and how it goes. I'm not changing the characters, but I'm changing what's said, what's done, things that can happen, because you get into level design and you go, oh shit, there's some cool shit I can do here. Blah. And then you're like, oh well, I need to change this. So I'm not actually casting any of my voice actors until we actually finish the level design because of that. And yeah, so I think you do it episodical, and then I'm really with the Terry Pratchett line of thinking on this one. I'm not writing the story. The characters are writing the story for me, and it's kind of because we've made some really cool characters, and you're basically, when you're writing, you're role playing them out. What would they do in this situation? And it's kind of, whereas I have the beginning, the middle, and the end, the path in between is changing based on the characters, because how they would react to the situations I'm putting them in, I want to keep real. And so that's changing as we're going along. And if we change one minor thing, it'll change how people react to that. So,
all right, guys, I'm going to drop out now.
All right. It's Fading showed up finally.
Yeah, I got to head out too. It was fun, guys. Thank you.
All right, man.
See you.
Bye.
I've got this.
I think it's fantastic to hear, though, that you're actually doing such a character-driven storyline there. I mean, I hope that sounds good.
It's probably going to be shit.
No. Well, I mean, think about Game of Thrones, right? I actually like this TV series a lot better than the book series. The book series just had a huge parade of characters, and there were too many by the end for me to track. I'm going to be very careful not to spoil anything, just in case. But the one thing I found interesting about Game of Thrones was I was really most drawn characters that broke the mold, because the standard for everyone there is I'm a crazy psycho that will murder anyone to gain the absolute power of the throne. Right? That's it. The only ones that I'm interested in are people that don't want that. You have Tyrion, you have Jon Snow, you have those people that deviate from that. So it's character driven for me, because the vying for power, vying for the throne that's a constant. And just like the War of the Roses, it's just ridiculous seeing the intra-family murder, and then just this huge slaughter of hundreds of thousands of people. So one tiny family can hold on to power. It becomes interesting, compelling to see the characters that are trying to pull themselves out of that are trying to escape that. And that's where you see the Jon Snow, the Tyrion.
And that's where
the TV series sucks, though.
That's where I've actually rewritten some of the characters. Like my lead for the Gunner faction I have is female now, and she comes off in both ways, because she comes off as a psychopath to her troops because that's how she's using to take control, but she's actually just logical. And it's kind of where I've been struggling with each character, because I have this overarching narrative of finding Vault 273 and what's inside of it, and each faction wants to find it for a different reason, but certain characters are getting pulled in, not because they want to find the vault, but because they need to stop something else, or they've got another reason to get in. Like Wilson's girlfriend's been captured because she was a scientist working, and that's why he's helping it, but she got captured by the super mutants. And whereas I have the main bad guy who's just sociopathic super mutant who's crazy, and the main good guy side, I want the characters in between to be not doing it for those reasons, not doing it for the stereotypical reasons. I want them to be engaged for other reasons and then get pulled in because of those and be in it for good. But they're not just, paladins like, oh, we need to stop them and be the good guys, or, we need to stop it and handle
Have
it.
you added more to the Gunners faction?
What was that?
Have you added more to the Gunner faction, because they had no character at all in Fallout?
Yes. Oh, yes. It's not from the Gunners in that area. They're coming from way up north. But it's spoilers. But yeah, I mean, her scene starts with an execution of 3 people, and then child murder, and then she kills one of the guy's wife because she's fucking brutal, dude. But what do you I'm taking it more into the account because all of us can pretty much agree this is Disney's version of the apocalypse, a Fallout. It's so terrible. And I want to go more hardcore with it. You got the Gunners, they kill you and murder you and rape your family for $1. And so I want, if you're going to be a leader for a faction of that, you need to be, garner respect from people. And it starts off with she's executing deserters, people that tried to run away when they found out they'd be going up against a super mutant group or whatever. So they capture him and she executes them one at a time and gets to the last one, and his family was there. His family got protection from him joining, so they don't have it anymore. So she kills his wife and then sends his kid off to be, go into slavery, and he complains about it, so she shoots the kid in the back of the head and then kills him anyway. So, and it's not because she's doing it because she's evil, she's doing it to maintain control. I originally had her written as a psychopath, and then I was no, that's not compelling at all, because then you're just meh, psychopath.
Right.
In normal conversation, I want her to just be normal. She doesn't have any fucking issues. She's just, whatever. And then when she's out garnering her troops, she's calling them all sorts of, it's worse than Bulletstorm. Was it Bulletstorm? That fucking game's dialogue.
That game was awesome.
That game was so good.
That game was awesome. All my friends
dialogue ever.
This game, and I'm like, why don't you like this game?
I just want her to scream at somebody that she will kill their dick. I just want that line, dude. What does that even mean?
So over the top. And now
call him...
I want to go play Bulletstorm.
I mean, I felt
so
like
good.
Crack.
It's probably one of the only few single player games that doesn't change that I played through 3 times. I'm just I had to show one of my buddies. I'm no, you got to see this game, and he sucks at first person. I'm no, I'll just play it, bro. It's fucking great.
Oh, it's just so over the top, gratuitous violence. It's like Contra if they made Contra a 3D game.
Oh God.
Wait, did Fading leave? Where the fuck did Fading go?
He's resetting his microphone, I think.
Oh, okay.
Where's Cam?
God, the fucking... here comes Butterdick Jones and his heavenly asshole. I love that game so much.
What if Gopher joined right then?
I'd probably be fired from what I do.
Was Bulletstorm on PC? Was that only on?
Yeah.
I think it was.
I
It
got it
PC?
on
I thought it was
PC.
only on Xbox.
Yeah, no, 'cause I acquired it, Wink, on PC, and it still gave me Games for Windows Live achievement.
Because it was, I mean, it was an Epic game, wasn't it? Like a small franchise branch off of them, and it was using. So it was, yeah, okay.
Oh, I think it was the last gasp.
It was
at the-
on,
Go ahead, sorry.
it was on Games for Windows Marketplace.
I loved it. I seriously, one of the best fucking games ever. Just the fucking T-Rex too.
Oh my god, what did you name him? I can't remember the name.
Something
It was
P Tallywhacker or something like. It's... I was gonna name him. It's just like, what the fuck?
That was one of the last gasps of the Unreal 3 engine when they were trying to keep that thing together. Is like, you know, like before Unreal kind of bent the knee and just opened it up to everybody, which I think is good. But yeah, that was when they were trying to reinvent Unreal Tournament, which was just the gratuitous in your face, blow people into 1,000 tiny chunks, right? Just bad times 1,000. So.
Even the weapons were so good, though. I mean, just fucking
so
bolas that would lock on them and then blow up after time or triggered. Like, there was just... I wish they had that as multiplayer. That would have been the weirdest fucking multiplayer shooter game of all time.
It's Gears of War on crack. A lot of the weapons from it seemed like they saw Gears of War and went, how can we make this 10 times more crazy?
Same company, same off-branch company.
Yeah.
And he was, like, somebody just mentioned in chat, it was if you bought it, you got like early access to something for Gears of War. I remember that. And but still, I mean, as far as just being its own game, I thought it was great. I hate Gears of War and the fact that it feels like you're all WWF wrestlers going up against each other. You can take you can take more fucking bullets than a fucking super mutant behemoth. Like, what the fuck?
Oh man, I love that sniper rifle in Bulletstorm where you could control the bullet path.
Yeah.
And then hit the enemy and then steer their body into another enemy and detonate it.
By the way, semi-possible in Fallout 4. I will not do any more spoilers until I can actually make it work correctly. But
they have that in real life.
That would be amazing.
They have those in real life with both sniper rifles and artillery rounds, by the way.
What, steerable bullets?
Yeah, they do.
That's scary. I want one.
They also have this 40mm grenade. It's crazy. You can range find with a laser on a wall, and then shoot just past the wall in case someone's using the wall for cover. And the bullet will know it has to detonate maybe 2 to 3 feet past the point you're lasering. So the grenade will go past the wall and then explode and kill whoever's using it for cover.
Wow.
Again, real life.
We are going to kill ourselves, the human race, if we carry on making these fucking brilliant things. We're going to end ourselves. It's not just going to be nukes. We're going to do it properly.
I tell people,
What about
I don't know how
global
the fuck
warming,
we
my
survive
friend?
this long. We're so fragile, and we find so many interesting ways to kill ourselves. It's amazing.
Well, this is just all conventional stuff, and this is nothing talking about biological warfare, about the chemical warfare stuff that everyone has. This is all still like the patty cake kind of warfare, not the real nasty stuff. So,
yeah, a million times worse.
Yeah. I mean, so did anyone see
gas?
Yeah, seriously, right? Did anyone see that explosion in China? Like, it was a couple months ago.
Oh, that huge one? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the equivalent of 21 tons of TNT going off.
Mm-hmm.
So we have nuclear warheads that are like 100 to 200 megaton.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that should give people an idea of like,
The largest weapon is 64 megatons.
I thought the Tsar bomb was if you add up all the warheads in the MIRV, right? Doesn't that go?
No, it doesn't. They don't stack it.
Explain MIRV for people who don't understand.
I'm sorry. If you have multiple warheads coming at there's a single delivery vehicle, and then it has multiple warheads that are then ejected, and they all independently seek out target points.
Well, nuclear explosions don't buff each other.
What? There's no stack. That's bullshit.
That is the best line of the whole fucking stream.
Who said that, by the way? I just told
You knocked
high
you?
five. That was fucking amazing. Who was that?
You knocked me. Nuclear explosions don't buff each other. So in case people don't realize that if you fired, 50-ton nuclear warheads at the same spot, you would only have a 50-ton nuclear warhead explosion. It might get a little bit farther.
Actually, I mean, Honestly,
all
some of
detonate
the
at
warheads
same
might not
time.
even detonate if you fire them right at the same spot. Depending on how long you waited between them, it might even mess with the payload and not detonate at all. I don't know.
That's very true. That's very true. Where can we test? No.
They probably have tested it, actually. I'm not sure if you could find public information about it, but I'm sure that I've tested. I mean, considering the number of nuclear explosions that have gone off on our planet, I'm pretty sure they've tested doing 2 at the same time or in the same spot.
Yeah, but back in the 60s and 70s, man, that shit was just crazy. All the stuff they were doing to
check.
Yeah, keep the arms race going. Oh,
That sounds like fading.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yo!
There you go.
Rename you.
I made it.
Jesus.
What up?
What up? How's it going, guys?
There you go. You renamed it.
You get to hear me drink my espresso over the microphone. Ready.
Posh bastard.
You missed Robin for like 2 hours, and then
Really? Oh, he was here for 2 hours?
He called me a cunt about 67 times, and
I'm assuming that you're recording this, I hope.
I can just rip it from.
I would like to. Somebody should make a mod out of him calling you a cunt 64
I
times.
hope I can just rip it off of fucking Twitch. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
how amazing would that be to have some bandits chasing after you, like you can't, like as they're screaming at you, like
Dude,
as
if you.
that
I
would-
fucking hate the fact, dude. There's gonna be so much goddamn language in my. I don't know if Bethesda will let me publish it. Like, if I actually try to sell my mod, I might have to dumb down the language because I have more cuss words in my fucking initial like temp script than they had in their entire game. And that's for
They used
one
to have, like,
character.
their old
Their
games have a
rating
lot
is
more.
for strong language, isn't it? Right, so it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it should matter.
We hope it's a fucking M-rated game and they're not gonna allow nudity. So
Literally, you could put tits, pedo mods in there, and they won't notice for 6 weeks. I think we're okay.
nobody's gonna
Maybe
They're
test them
literally
all.
not paying attention.
What the
to
fuck are you doing to your camera?
Maybe it's the accent, you know? Maybe it's just the accent. If you have that like British or Australian accent and you deliver it that way, it's just kind of it's like cute or viewed as cute or quaint or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
My mod's premise
Maybe not by
is an
other British
expedition
people, though.
coming from England, so we're gonna have a
Yeah.
lot of accents.
there we go.
Well, American people just like the British accent.
Seriously, totally. It's universal. Anyone over here? Oh my god, it's so amazing. Oh,
You called me a cunt. It sounds so good.
yeah.
I can fill that
No,
role. I
did
can
that.
play all cunts without an issue.
There you go.
So did you guys get into it or something, Darren? Like you and,
No,
you and
no,
Robin?
he was just calling me a cunt. Like it's like
Okay.
it was like a little
Just casual.
homoerotic. Like
We don't mean it.
casual.
he was talking about my asshole a little bit. This is not a joke. This is not
Okay.
confirmed with everybody. The discussion got onto my asshole for like at least 3 minutes.
Deep topics today.
That was
topics.
after he accused you of being gay, which makes me wonder something.
True.
Oh
Hitting on
boy.
me? Was he hitting on me? I'm completely oblivious when people are hitting on me, so I mean, he could have
Oh,
been. I
man.
could have missed it entirely.
Oh, jeez.
Dark one wants to tap that.
I'm socially awkward enough. I have no idea. Like,
No, he wasn't.
my
but-
wife has to draw on a board like sex time now because I have no idea. I'm like, look at me, I'm naked in lingerie again. I don't know if that actually means anything. I got a video
Who else
game
did
to
I
work
miss? Who
on,
else
woman.
earlier?
Apollo
I was
left a
actually
little bit
just
ago.
about to head out, and I decided to. I saw you were logging in, so I wanted to stick around and say
Ellie,
hi.
man,
Ellie
what's
left
up?
us when Robin left.
Finally a face to the name.
Yeah.
Speaking of bromance,
No. See, there's a little bit of a difference though. Fading pulls off the I've been living on the side of the street for 7 days and I'm in a hoodie and I need to panhandle look. Terror does not in my book. Like Fade, I think it might be the voice helps
My
too.
like unshaved for like a week. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, see, that looks like you belong in your house. It looks like Terror is breaking and entering.
Well, you know what? Here's the difference. Ready? Here's the difference. If I do this too, it changes things a little bit. You gotta get the head up. There. Now I look like I'm like, please, or like Steve.
You should turn the camera off and do one of those.
Wait, no, you have a
man-
problem with that. Wait. Here's the problem, though. Again, Fading. Terror, take off your hoodie.
What's gonna? I'm scared to do this right now. What's happening?
What's going on?
Oh, you actually fixed your hair up a little bit from earlier.
How's
Or
this?
The hoodie did it. His hoodie. He still looks like he's. Now you look like you
he
should be
belongs
asking
in
for
his home.
crack.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I think Terror pulls off. Terror does not pull off the look. And once again,
You're just being a dick.
I
That's
am
all.
really. I still.
You know, you took the hood off and it got worse.
I disagree.
All the looks.
You look fine. You look fine.
He looks like a fresh young college kid, that kind of thing.
He looks
He's
like he's
got a
starting to get
serious
gray
case of
hairs
hood
though,
hair.
probably from moderating the Reddit.
Yeah.
Look at the chat right now. Look at the chat right now. I got all the ladies going crazy.
Yeah, all the ladies going crazy. Yes.
For some reason, I thought TerraFox. I thought you were in the UK, or are you? And you just don't.
No, I'm up in the New Hampshire.
Oh, nice. I've never been there.
It's a beautiful state.
Are we really talking about how high poly the nipples are in CVVE again?
They need to be higher.
They're higher than real life nipple poly.
3D nipples.
What, in the Skype chat?
No, the Twitch stream chat.
Oh, okay. I should go
there's
check.
There's like a chat in here too, Fading. Like there's a chat
Yeah, I
here.
know. I've got that. I've got like 3 chats open right now.
I haven't even looked at them.
I've got more. I've got like 4.
I got 14 chats.
Oh, someone new's coming in. Dogtooth.
Yeah, it was some kind of background something.
Oh, Dogtooth. Dogtooth's the other half of.
Oh God.
Wow.
He knows how to operate his camera about as well as everybody else here.
What just happened?
Was that a severed arm in the background that I saw?
Good morning.
Yeah, what is
Good morning. It's fucking 2:45.
It's like easily just getting up and I'm like, I'm ready to fucking go to sleep. It's nearly 11 o'clock.
Whoa, some serious echo.
I was up for like 30 hours, so.
Oh, geez.
So basically, Dogtooth's what Ether was talking about. He's just gonna keel over dead at some point. Making the Tesla armor and
Yeah.
Who's got the major echo going on?
Is that...
I don't think it's me. I got headphones on.
I don't hear echo. I hear a lot of background noise.
Yeah, I hear background echo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like unintelligible now.
Are you really hearing echo? Because nobody else is.
And before he's got Twitch open.
It's 14 chats. 14 chats are just bouncing it back and forth.
Yeah, it literally sounds like there's 15 people talking at once right now because it's echoing.
Not everyone that much.
Have the Twitch thing open?
It's literally just you, Fading.
Oh, because I'm an idiot and I have Twitch open.
Hold it.
By the way, guys, once again, everybody watching, you have downloaded mods from these people and trusted them to actually do the programming correctly on it. I just want to point out that while I do hate the user base, I have pointed out that we're only about 5% smarter than you. So...
No, but my worst thing was my very first job out of college, and I was doing tech support, and I literally had someone call in because they couldn't get their computer to work, and they had plugged the computer into the mouse port and vice versa. The keyboard into the mouse port and vice versa. But they were color coded. Like, this wasn't like
oh, that's
labeled
like red and green, or the purple and green, or some shit back
yeah, it was purple and green.
Back then,
and like they were like, I could have gotten a kindergartner. Like, you know what purple is, honey? Yes, there you go. Put the purple in the purple. There you go. Like, that was the level of. And here's the crazy part. Worked at the Department of Justice. They were the ones that actually managed like the files on tracking criminals and all that kind of stuff. Those were the users managing that information.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. In case any faith in humanity was budding again in your soul, that just kind of grinds the heel down on it right there, right? Okay.
What about the people who use their CD drives as coffee cup holders?
That was pretty funny back in the day, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Who has a CD? Like I do. I have a CD drive. It's like sitting off on the floor, not connected to my computer anymore.
Mine doesn't work. I just leave it in there so I don't have a hole in my case.
When I rebooted my computer last time,
Pretty much the entire reason I got one.
I still have a few apps that have to install from DVD, so on the rare occasion I still have to break out the disk drive. It's annoying.
It's useful if you're trying to install a game and you actually have the disc. So
Robin,
then
I thought you went to bed, bro. I thought you went to bed. What the fuck?
When is bed?
We can't talk shit about you when you're here. Well, it's easy. It's better to talk shit about you when you're on camera and can respond. I'm not the type of person who talks shit about people behind their back.
I like this conversation. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I have no problem with this.
I don't like talking shit about people who generally aren't here. Like, if Weez was here, I'd give him a chance to come on. He'd be really stupid to take it. But, fucking...
Wait, are we talking shit on Mod Picker?
That's why they're here. I mean, I wasn't gonna shit all over them without giving them a chance to come here and defend Mod Picker. We already talked shit about him though. Didn't
Oh, okay. That whole topic exploded or what?
No, we were. I
Well,
think
let's make it explode. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought it was fun.
yeah, you missed out Bethesda.net hate, Mod Picker hate, fading. I don't know where the fuck you been, bro.
Well, I'm glad I missed that.
Terry, you're missing out right now on some product placement. Like you have the face that can sell stuff. So if you're sipping off like a monster right now, I'm sure. Come on, just get some sponsors, right?
You gonna go play Dota? Jesus
I can
Christ,
find something.
Robin.
There you go.
Antelope.
That's random.
It has fucking nothing to do with anything. It's not a drink. It has nothing to do with modding. It's just
Shoot! Hold on. I'll try again.
Yeah. That's why I love Goodyear tires. Like just fucking nothing to do with anything. Just there you go.
I want Robin's Dota name.
Visine.
I don't know what's happening right now. I'm sorry.
Nobody does. We're 3 hours into the fucking stream. You're
Yeah,
late,
I
bro.
know,
You
I know.
remember what happened last time at 3 hours in? No.
Yeah, it
nobody
got
does.
There we go.
I remember.
Little sand things you make in elementary school.
Is that a kitten?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Have you never seen a kitten before?
Kittens make the world go around. What the fuck is that?
Honestly, they're not that great because they take too long to grow up, and then they don't provide enough meat for the fucking like fried rice.
Aaron,
You
you
think
take
you're
too long to
afraid
grow
of
up.
Dwarf Fortress here.
We'll just lock it on the kitten picture. I don't understand why Groove is always on the front of this thing of the 4 people. Like, he never says anything. His avatar's just moving around. And yet he's
So
like,
what do we have to do to get Groove Tama to say something?
Groove, say something.
Talk about whatever.
You're like the most popular
just
person here,
listening.
aren't you? You made titties bounce in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Man, that's the words.
It's all you,
All right,
Groove. I think his camera froze. Or he froze.
Or you die.
We made him talk.
Yeah, you put him through way too much effort. He's just fucking died.
I have to sit still so the tracking works.
It doesn't work at all. It's not working right now.
Nope.
All I see is you blinking. That's about it.
Yeah. Unless he is the most hardcore ventriloquist like fucking ever, dude. Like stare you down. I said nothing.
Somebody left an angry, like semi-lengthy review on Bethesda.net on my campsite mod, thinking that it was Chesko's mod. Because I was like, wait, what? They were talking about features that I don't have, and then they're like, oh wait, never mind, wrong mod, sorry. I'm just like, oh my god.
We've already kind of covered paid modding before, Green. Like, everybody knows I'm all for it. I don't know. The way Bethesda's doing it is like cancer.
There's a lot of the same issues before. I mean, not to rehash if you guys already had the
Yeah.
conversation, but just there's not the kind of support there. Like, did any of the stolen stuff ever get taken down? Like, is the Enclave armor still hanging out up there by that jerk that uploaded it?
Oh no, it got taken down, but someone stole it 7 times after that.
Yeah, I did mention, by the way, fading. I did let everybody know that under no circumstances should they steal mods from Nexus and upload them to Bethesda.net because there's 0 repercussions and nothing really bad that will happen. And we can flood Bethesda with takedown notices.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Just like by the way, if anybody doesn't know, it's completely illegal to say, "I want to kill the president of the United States of America." It's totally illegal.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't say it. Completely illegal. You. We're now being watched by.
I was gonna say I can hear the fucking helicopter.
They were already there already.
Dude, the worst thing to ever do is let me get a hold of your computer for 20 seconds because the first thing I will do is jump to Google and type in "I want to kill the president of the United States of America," and now you're going to be on a watch list for the rest of your life.
Hey,
Honestly, most of us are already on it.
There's this red dot on your head. This little red dot that keeps dancing around in your head, DD. I don't know. It's weird. Is that an artifact?
Are they shooting me through the wall? That's going to be impressive.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Well, I mean, it's just sheetrock and a little bit of siding. Anything can go through that. So, which speaking of, does anybody notice that you're firing 45 rounds and shit and fucking Fallout and like paper thin shit stopping it? That always annoys me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they only went halfway in with like the exploding sandbags, and then everything else is indestructible.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
You've got walls with holes in them and they're just stopping bullets the whole time. My glass walls are stopping everything. Like, but I almost made them destructible. Then I was like, fuck that, too much work.
It'd actually be a pretty good modding resource, actually. Someone making some destructible walls.
It's not hard. Their destructible shit's really easy in the thing. Like adding particles and shit that falls down, like pieces of it would be more annoying. But just giving it destruction stages and adding new models is actually not that hard. I actually had a few set up for my glass crap. Well, my shield in Vault 273, the prelude with the bears, you throw a shield grenade, and the shield grenade will actually break down over like as it takes damage. Like it gets chunks busted out of it and shit.
That's pretty
cool. Also a bunch of doors again, right?
Hmm?
It's also using the collision.
Oh yeah, it's literally like 85 doors using the collision because I needed collision that would move, and yeah.
That sounds like a hack.
Oh dude, it's terrible. It's it literally, like if you look at the NIF, there's just a collision NIF, and I literally just positioned about 100 doors because I needed the sphere to be able to open and close.
Yeah.
And so to do that, you have to have collision that's malleable, but we can't see collision yet in NIF scope. And we can't edit the flags like we could do in Skyrim.
Yeah, John. Yeah, John.
Yeah,
Where's
John? John, where the fuck are you? Every time it's in Sky, collisions, bitch! But like, we can't edit their flags, but doors inherently have those flags in them. They did in Skyrim, they do in Fallout, because they have to be able to move and move you if you get hit by them. So yeah, the entire shield grenade is just a shit ton of fucking doors. It's great.
Can you lock them?
It's just the doors collision, dude. It's not actually the doors.
I know. I just had to toss it out.
Well, like I cheated on Columbia too. Columbia in that trailer, I show the engines are actually moving, and the engines can get shit linked to them. So I'm gonna give fire effects, but the engines are just doors. So I could call the set open true, set close, or set open false to make them open and close, and I just changed the animation because that's easier. It's easier to modify a door animation in NifScope than it is to make your own from scratch.
Hey, whatever works, right?
I can do either or. I'm just like, once again, as I tell people, I'm not getting paid for this shit, so I'm literally going to take the fastest shortcut to the destination. Which may mean your game gets corrupted in about 3 months.